Apple's iPhone 10 launch event. They just introduced world's first $1,000 phone. Now they have to explain why. Let's analyze the event from customer's perspective. A little side note. After company has decided which segment to target, that is, who would be their customers, it makes products for them, keeping their needs or problems in mind, decide the pricing and promotional strategies, and fix on distribution channel, keeping in mind what would reduce cost or increase profits. This is called marketing mix. This is from marketer's perspective. Knowing customer side of story can help you establish your own brand as well as eventually bring in profits. Now coming back to Apple's iPhone 10 launch event. $1,000 phone with no headphone jack, no fingerprint scanner. How do you sell it to the customers for whom you were the first company to introduce fingerprint lock which you just removed? The trick is you don't sell it. First aspect is acceptability. It means how well is your product accepted by your customers. That depends on two things. Functional value, psychological value that your brand and your product offers that can justify why customers should buy your product. Functional aspect is how better is your product compared to your competition, or in iPhone's case is previous generations in terms of usage, reliability and design. So Apple gave you iPhone 10 which had animated emojis that copies your face movements, full screen display, Face ID, dual camera, improved performance and better battery life than its previous generation phones so that they can justify the higher price. Psychological value. A lot of psychological value comes from how brands and its products make you feel. This can be done by changing brand image, design and packaging of products. And Apple with its full screen display, glass body and a notch make you stand out for using it and feel luxury. Even its first iPhone, which was priced at $499, was way costlier than any other phone in the market. So they justified it with being first touchscreen phone with no keyboard, battery life of 8 hours and multi-touch feature which was never seen before. So how your product, touch, look and packaging make customer feel will determine whether they will buy your product or not. To find out that, use beta testing. That is, create few samples for your customers to try and get their feedback. Make the changes to evoke desired psychological value that your product should offer. Now coming back to $1,000, its price. Next aspect is affordability, the willingness and ability to purchase your product. Now the target audience that iPhone seeks should have the ability to afford its phone. Otherwise the product would be a failure regardless how better it is from its competitors. So the price of the product depends on its target audience, that is for whom the product is made. And that is decided before designing the product. Well, at least the price range in which it would be launched should be pre-decided. Also, people would be willing to spend the money only if they find it worthy. The prices of iPhones have been dramatically increased from its inception of $500 phone to $1,000 phone and now more with iPhone 11. But equally, they have increased the value that their product offer. Not only did Apple improve the quality, but also introduce new features like full screen touch with iPhone 1, iPhone 4's iconic body, fingerprint lock with iPhone 5s, Face ID and end-to-end display with iPhone 10. So the product and its price decide the value of the product. If that value is accepted by the customers, that is, customers accept the product at current price, then this would not only give you profit but also generate brand recognition. This can be measured in sales of the product in volume. So now you have to carefully rate the features with the price, because if the price is higher, then people won't buy it. New brands can decide pricing by looking at their competitor and pricing at the same level so that the only difference is your product's feature. Or if you want to offer same features as your competitor, then price lower than them so that the pricing becomes differentiating factor. Next aspect is accessibility. What if customers love your product? They want to buy it, but you don't see any sales revenue because whenever your customers visit the store, your product is out of stock. Say the next delivery would arrive in 15 days, but you can't expect your customers to wait for 15 days just to buy your product. She would go to your competitor. So accessibility includes not only availability but also convenience. Your product should not only be available but also convenient to purchase, that is according to preference of your customer. For example, during this pandemic, Apple has released ton of new products. It knows that customers can't visit its stores even if the product is available. Then why launch new products? Because it has its website or e-commerce site, that is alternate distribution channel which are convenient for customers. Last aspect is awareness. Apple has a launch event. Have you ever wondered how do we know about it in advance? Not all of us follow Apple's Twitter account or check its website. We get to know about it by newspapers, text channel on YouTube and also directly by following Apple on Twitter. So this is called awareness. It has two aspects. Brand awareness and product knowledge. Brand awareness, that is people's knowledge about the brand. It is very critical for new brands as customers don't trust new brand very easily even when it is better than its existing brands. And second, product knowledge. It is important for known as well as new brands. So that's why Apple also releases ads and gives free product to tech channels to give knowledge about its new products, because they know co-branding and word of mouth play an important role in sales of the product, especially if the word of mouth is from an influencer who a lot of customers trust. It is also important for you to find influencers in your industry who is trusted by consumers, be it B2B or B2C. Give them your product for free and ask for testimonials or recommendation. This will generate awareness for your company and your products and bring in new customers. Thank you.